Jerry Jones, making a weekly radio appearance, said of the now infamous report from Jay Glazer over the weekend that the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning champions of the NFL, had made an offer that was supposedly bigger than the Green Bay Packers offer for Micah Parsons. So Jerry Jones said that regarding that story, the Cowboys never issued a counteroffer to the Philadelphia football team in the Micah Parsons trade sweepstakes. He described the trade process as strategic. Of course he did. What was he going to say? Well, we really got played on that one. I mean, come on, man. We got our pants pulled down. He said there was no counter offer, Jerry Jones said. The thought all along was to see where the interest level was, Jones opined. He said it was very important. And from the get-go, he says, the effort on our part, Jerry said, was to chum up interest. Chum. Yeah, okay. Now, once that interest really started peaking, Jerry said, then you started having the phone ring, and that's exactly what the plan was, to see if that phone would ring and the proposition be there enough for us to make the move. All right, so let us discuss. That's the end of that quote. So, question. What is your reaction? What is your reaction to Jerry Jones and his explanation on the Micah Parsons trade talks involving Philadelphia? There was no counteroffer made to the Eagles. So I've got musket, lollipops, and Neil Armstrong. Three things that have never been used in the same sentence, but now will be used in the same Mallard monologue. So, and we'll put all these together. We're going to deep fry some Oreos, like the state fair there, the county fair. We'll deep fry those Oreos. So Jerry Jones pretending, I love this. This was the master plan. When we know, based on his own words, you take them for what they're worth, that Jerry Jones made an offer in, was it March? Somewhere around in March, April, May, in that area, and offered Micah Parsons, he said, the biggest contract for a non-quarterback in NFL history. Now, what does that tell us? That tells us that if Parsons had agreed to the deal and not said, I love my sleazeball agent and I want my agent to be able, if Mike had agreed to that, then therefore he would still be with the Dallas Cowboys. And it also tells you what? It's a tell that the Cowboys wanted no part of Micah Parsons in Kelly Green. They wanted no part of him in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform. And so Jerry's bluffing. It's kind of like that show, which I guess is still on. I think it's still on, Pawn Stars, where you back in the day, I used to watch it. You'd walk into Rick Harrison's pawn shop there in Vegas, his Las Vegas shop. Not in North Las Vegas, because there's a big difference, as we know from our friend that calls. But you go into the Rick Harrison shop there, and you found your grandma's musket from the Civil War. So you've got your grandma's musket from the Civil War, and then Rick, of course, because every show is the same. They're all cookie cutter. So I'm really not sure how much this is worth. Let me call in an expert on this. I have a friend, that works down at the museum somewhere, and I want to bring him in. So then they bring the person in, and it's an old guy with a beard, and he comes in there, and he looks at the musket there, and so he says, I'll offer you $150 for that Civil War musket. And of course, that means that he never wanted the damn thing anyway, right? He says, I'll offer you $150. I just wanted to use that as some kind of leverage and all that. And that's Jerry Jones, right? That's Jerry Jones here. And you know what? He played it safe. It's not the worst move in the world. You send Parsons to Green Bay because you're limiting the blowback. You're limiting the blowback is what you're doing, right? Same conference, yes. It's a National Football Conference, so it's not in the division. So it's not a big market. It's the smallest market you can get, Green Bay. So you don't have to watch him twice a year. You'll have to play him every once in a while, like, for example, in a few weeks when the Packers and Cowboys play and they get together in Texas. But you don't have to watch him sack your quarterback 6, 7, 8 times a year and treat your quarterback like a tackling dummy. You don't have to do that. And he'll still haunt you. Micah Parsons is going to still haunt you, but at least he's haunting you somewhat quietly in northern Wisconsin, where your celebrity gets muted. Well, Ben, the Packers have a national following. That is true. The Packers have a national following. However, it's just not the same, right? It's not It's not the same. You get buried under 10 layers, not of snow, of cheese curds. And they're delicious. They are really good. Man, I mean, the Green Bay Gobblers living the life. My brother lives up that way, living the life there with all the delicious cheese. Oh, it's so good. And so Jerry's out there, and he's like trying to sell pontoon boats out in Galveston. He's like, these boats are great, man. It's the deal of a lifetime. You got to get one of these boats. They're so good. It's going to complete your life. You need this at this stage of your life. You need a pontoon boat. You have to get it, right? And so you say, okay, I'll get it and all that. I get it. And then it's really he just unloading a lemon. Like, you won't get a lemon. Well, you got a lemon. And, things leaking, it's a disaster, and it's all rusted and all that stuff. So it's classic Jerry. Like that, Jerry, and listen, I love it. I'm a talk show host. Guilty as charged. Jerry's wonderful. It's spin, spin, spin. It's like it's always Hanukkah for Jerry. He's always spinning the dreidel. He is. Like Jerry Jones trying to sell you on the idea that he wanted Parsons in Green Bay all along. And he really just wanted to avoid going to the usual suspects in the division. And it's like, but he wants to, but it's all part of the plan. So how do you like them apples?